What's going on, guys? Welcome to Rants Red Talk, where we discuss all the topics you send through to me on Twitter. Sponsored by the One Football app for all your up-to-date footballing news. Make sure you scroll down into the description and download that. And before we start, welcome to my new home studio, baby. That's what I'm saying, bruv. Like, I ain't put out a video in a little while because I was moving house and that. Studio's almost done. See my green screens in the back. Man, got my chair. I'm saying I've got the Twitch set up now, the PC set up, so I'm going to be streaming, guys, some games. You lot wanted your Ultimate Team content, etc., etc. So the FIFA content's coming. I've got new podcasts coming out. All of that I'm going to be doing from home, so the levels just went up. So I think last week I didn't really post that much, but that's why. But we're back now. All right, without further ado, let's get into your questions. First one, and I just love the display picture, RK16, Kino Facts. Is there actually any chance of top four after the draw with Everton, especially considering our next 3 Premier League games and constant midweek football? I think based on the way everyone else is playing, yes, like there is a chance of top four. Do I think we'll get it? No. Do I think we deserve it? No. But it's still on, like mathematically, because Chelsea seem like they don't want to get away from us. Leicester seem to be indifferent at the moment. I don't know how long that's going to last for. Arsenal are nowhere near. But they are, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? They're nowhere near consistency. Neither are we, and they're behind us, thankfully. Wolves are a good team, and Sheffield United are a good team. So it's weird that we're talking about Wolves and Sheffield United. But honestly, yeah. I think that Leicester have by no means sewn up that third spot. I think that they could get sucked into like a mini little dogfight. So if we pick up a bit of form and Pogba comes back, yeah, and adds to what Bruno's already doing, well, then I think that top four is still on, guys. But do I think we'll get it? In all honesty, no, I don't. I think that we could get fifth though. Let me know in the comment section what you think about that one. Next one. At Anas_488, what do you believe Fred's ultimate best position is? As he himself said, he prefers playing box to box and wants to attack more, but has really done well in this deeper DM role. But I believe he lacks the positional discipline to be the DM long term. All right, for me, bro, yeah, Fred is a box to box. You're right. However, I think with the right coach, he can be fine tuned into being a ball winning DM. I believe that because he wins a lot of duels, he breaks up play, he does all of those things, but then he wants to break forward. But I believe in the right system with the right players ahead of him, like a Bruno and a Pogba, with the right manager, they can kind of tame him to just stick into the basics, doing what Kante does, just win the ball and pass it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he can still break. In a defensively more solid team, you don't really need an out-and-out DM. You can have someone that does break forward from the midfield. But ultimately, I think he can do that role as a deep player. I think because of Fred's attributes, his pace, his tenacity, his technical ability, he could even play as a fullback, bruv. Like, he's small. Like, in a system, like in a 3-5-2, he could even play as a left fullback. I believe that he's got all the attributes for that. He's got the pace, he can win the ball, he can cross, he can pass, and he's got the energy to get up and down. So with his physique, I think he could even do a job there as well. I think that there's a few positions Fred can play because of his profile. But yeah, definitely he's a box to box, and he can definitely transform into a DM with the right coach. Let me know what you think about that. All right, next one is at the Green Devil. Where's the anti-Glazer chance gone? Talk of a walkout disappeared to. Why are our fan base so fickle? Because our pimp bosses threw us a Bruno Fernandes to keep us in line. But this is exactly what I said, guys. As soon as we got Bruno, I said, watch the energy disappeared, and all of a sudden there's no walkout, there's no talk of no protesters. These Glazers have got these men on a string, on an absolute string. And it doesn't even surprise me that it's gone quiet. It's embarrassing, quite frankly. And that's why I don't get too stressed no more. Because a lot of these so-called true Manchester United fans that want to look down on everyone else that's not from there and don't have the same beliefs as them, these are the guys, yeah, that should be making up all the noise because you love the club so much. You go every week and your granddad had you on the terraces and you're better than everyone else. Well, if that's the case, where's the protests? Because I'm on doing protests. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what's funny about the whole situation to me. A lot of these same guys that are talking about how the Glazers, they want them out, this, that, and the other. These are the first people to not do nothing about it. But then when you speak about the club or say anything against the club, then you're plastic and this, that, and the other, and you have to support them through thick and thin. Like, it's embarrassing. And that's why, like, I try not to let my head get too hot anymore, because there's a lot of hypocrites out there and a lot of fickle people out there, bro. Do you know what I mean? So it's either you want them out or you don't, innit? The walkout should have happened regardless of Bruno coming in, but they didn't. It is what it is. I'm not surprised. Let me know what you think about that, guys. At Otengo Ted, what is the best formation to play when Pogba is back? Well, that all depends, because without Rashford, we don't have that left side, innit? So I still like the 3-4-3 or the 3-4-1-2. I like that formation with Bruno as the one, Fred and Pogba as the pivots. But even then, yeah, you could even play Matic and Pogba in the pivots, and then maybe move Fred out to fullback. Like, I would try and tinker with that if I was the manager, because I like Fred's energy and I think that he needs to be in there. I'd give him a go at left fullback and see how he does. I'd play Wan-Bissaka right centre back in that three with Bailly and Maguire. And you could even flip and play Daniel James as a right wing back, bro. If you want it to be super offensive, you could play James and Fred as the fullbacks. Play Martial and you could play Martial and Agallo or Martial and Greenwood. But you need width in it. But I'm not saying that I would play those players in that position, but what I'm saying is I think that these players have the profile to play that. Like, I think Daniel James has the profile to play as a fullback, because he's up and down, he's pacey, he can put a good cross in every now and then. You know what I mean? It's not consistent, but he will try and go at his man, innit? He's not going to try and cut back like Luke Shaw would cut back and pass back. So I think that in that formation, Dalot can play as a fullback, it makes it more attacking. Brandon Williams plays as a fullback, it makes it more attacking. I think for sure, in that three at the back, Wan-Bissaka shouldn't play as a wing-back, because attacking-wise, he's not a natural attacker. I think you have to play Dalot or Daniel James or Brandon Williams in those fullback roles for me. Do you know what I mean? The whole Fred thing was just me thinking out loud, because I know he's got the attributes, but nah, Fred has to play centrally with Pogba. But I'm saying Matic can do that job as well if you did want to play Fred. Because on form, I mean, if you did want to play Matic, because on form, Fred has to play. So you can still do Fred, Pogba, Bruno here, Dalot and Williams if you want, and then Bailly, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka as in a free, Martial or Gallo up top. It's quality, or Martial Greenwood. I think with the width, we can play Mason and Martial together, but with no width in the diamond, playing them two together was a mistake. Let me know what you think, guys. Do you think 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1? Or what do you think? Write your teams down at the bottom with Pogba back. But for me, I like the three at the back. Man's forgetting Luke Shaw, bruv. Luke Shaw left centre back, not even. So yeah, Wan-Bissaka's he's stressful. Then I would play him right wing back, only because he has to play. I'd play Luke Shaw left centre back, absolutely, because he's shown that that's probably his best position. So yeah, Luke Shaw left centre back, Brandon Williams or Dalot left full back, probably Dalot left full back, Wan-Bissaka right wing back. So scratch all of that before, guys. At Adil Ahmed, yeah, this isn't football related. What's my favourite boxer of all time? Who's my favourite boxer of all time? Roy Jones Jr. Roy Jones and Floyd Mayweather are my favourite. So Roy Jones from that era, Floyd from this one. And let me know you lots if you watch boxing. Aaron Lafond _12. Do you see a scenario where Pogba stays, and what would it mean for our summer signings? If he does, I think it makes us more attractive for a player like Sancho to join us. What are your thoughts? Yeah, absolutely. I think that there's a scenario in which Pogba stays. I think if Pogba finishes the season strongly, which he will, comes back injury-free, I see Pogba going, having a good European Championships, possibly winning it again. not again, but winning it, and then signing a bumper contract and then possibly leaving next season. I think Pogba will sign a new deal for the fact that not only does it make sense for him to make more money, but it makes more sense for him to be on more money, because then it's easier for him to negotiate more money when he eventually moves on. Do you see what I mean? It's always strategic. Even if you know a player's leaving, a lot of the time they put them on new contracts because it means you can get more money for them when you sell them. Also, the players are more money, which means they can command more money. So I can very likely see Pogba staying next season and then leaving the season after. Everyone's saying it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to leave this summer, but I don't think so. I think that he had a deal in place to leave last summer and he got shagged, which is why he came out and he said about the new challenge. When he said the new challenge thing, I think in his head, he was already leaving and then something changed. And this is where the beef between Raiola and Oli stems from. But other than that, Pogba doesn't say too much about his future. So I believe he only spoke because he thought he was going. So I can see Pogba staying past the summer. I can, personally. And last but not least, it says, why would Southgate trust Pickford over Henderson when man has the same number of errors leading to goals as De Gea, and should United try to keep Pogba and sell De Gea to fund our summer transfer for Sancho? So that's another Sancho De Gea thing. And it's at David DeWitt. The reason why I took this question is because people were saying, oh, you're being disrespectful to De Gea, but look what he's done to the club. Listen, there's no room for sentiment in football. De Gea has been crap for 2 seasons now. He's top of the table for unforced errors. I could care less how many times he saved us in the past, because he got his new contract because of that. He got his Player of the Year awards for that. I'm sure he got bonuses for that. He got paid for that. It's his job. I don't care. Football is very much, what have you done for me lately? And in the last 2 years, De Gea ain't been good enough. Yes, he's made the odd save here and there, but I look at De Gea and I see an arrogant goalkeeper here that thinks he's better than he is and thinks that he's untouchable at the football club. That's what I see. A lot of people don't talk about De Gea's body language, but he looks like he's always sulking. He's always just moping around. When he makes a mistake, it's all kind of like, oh, well, it doesn't matter because I'm going to play next match anyway. I think his attitude's all wrong. And if you're really looking closely, you can see that. A lot of people don't see De Gea's attitude, because it doesn't suit their agenda. It don't suit their prejudices. It doesn't suit their biases. Because people say Martial don't smile and that. De Gea hardly ever smiles, mate. But no one ever talks about him being moody. But he's one of the moodiest players at the club. Facts. And when he had the last contract dispute, Louis van Gaal benched him because his form went out the window. That's attitude, mate. Because even when Pogba wanted to leave, he's still throwing up world-class numbers, bro. He got Oli the job. Man was saying, oh, but Pogba don't want to be here. But he's still scoring and assisting. And then you've got De Gea just letting in goals left, right and centre. No one's talking about his attitude because it doesn't fit your agenda a lot of the time. But David De Gea's attitude stinks, mate. It does. And I'd cash in on him anyway. Regardless. You got Henderson, who's going to be a future England international. He's got more clean sheets. He makes more saves percentage-wise than David De Gea. And yeah, the name's not as sexy as De Gea's, but I tell you what, bruv, he's as efficient, if not more efficient than David De Gea. And he's young. And we could risk losing him if we don't give him the number 1 jersey, because he's not going to come to United to be a number 2. Why should he? He wants to be England international, England first choice. So why would you come and sit on the bench at United? So for me, I'm selling David De Gea anyway. I'm happy with Romero as a number 2. Very happy with him as a number 2. So I wouldn't change anything there. I'd sell De Gea, get 50 million for him if we could get that. Like, we wouldn't get a lot for him now because he's had 2 crap seasons. And then as for Jadon, yeah, like, I think I'm reading a lot that we're in pole position. Chelsea have already signed Ziyech. I don't think they're going to sign Sancho as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have a very strong feeling Jadon's coming. And I'll have more intel on that very soon, probably in the next few weeks, when I go meet his dad, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, I don't know, I might be meeting Jadon soon as well. And you know that Agent Rants is going to try, you know what I'm saying, try and tap him up. So I'll let you guys know how that goes anyway. But overall, I do think that, I think we should keep Pogba if no one can give us the money that that we want for him. But I wouldn't keep Pogba and turn down offers for him and have an upset player. It doesn't make sense. I think that Pogba's shown that he deserves to leave now. Like, I put up a thing today with his stats. When man's top of everything, yeah, in such a shit team like that, he doesn't deserve to be carrying a team like that and then getting abuse every week. So if he wants to leave and the right offer comes in, you let him go. If people don't want him enough to pay the money, then we say, you know what, sign a new deal, which he would, and we're good. So either way, I'm happy with Pogba staying or leaving. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the De Gea situation and also the Pogba situation. And that was your Rants Red Talk, guys. Big up. We've got some new shows coming to the United Stand as well, which I've got a new show coming to the United Stand where I'll be analysing the games. So that will be coming to you from next week, and I'll be recording that from here, baby. Do you know what I'm saying? Got my green screen, and yeah, I'm painting that wall over there green as well. So I'm gonna have a couple green screens. So I'm gonna be filming a show from here for you guys. So there's an extra United Stand show coming. United Stand FC football content is coming out weekly from next week as well. So you've got that to look forward to on the United Stand, and there'll be plenty more content coming on this channel as well. I'm going in. Make sure you follow the socials at Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram, and make sure you smash the like button on this video if you haven't already. But yeah, I'm back now. Studio settled, and I'll see you guys for my match reaction to the Derby game later on, which I'll probably post tomorrow morning because I'm going to be bloody tired. Peace, guys.